Messages we've been conveying to the citizens regarding your question. If you remember the TV show that's still current, which is called Extreme Home Makeover, you know the premise of the show. You take an old, rundown, dilapidated home. It's an impoverished family that's struggling to make ends meet, and all of a sudden the community rallies around that family. They pull their resources together and they make a new home, and they bring total renovation to that building, to that home. Well, I'm submitting to the people of Cleveland, it's time for an extreme city makeover. There's a lot of greatness in this city that lies within the people and it lies within the youth. We need to give them a culture that's conducive to excellence. In fact, one of the reasons that served as the impetus to this campaign, which brought forth the urgency, and I'm not here to assail any of the schools, but I mentioned earlier I serve on the board of an inner city school called ePrep. As they asked me to be on the board, another program called eCity, which is entrepreneurship, connecting, inspiring, and teaching youth, I was asked to go into one of the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools. It's one of the comprehensive high schools. And what I saw that day told me that this is not an environment that's ultimately conducive to excellence. And I think it's time for an extreme city makeover. I think it's time to bring that into the schools, because if we can give our kids an environment where they have expectations that are off the charts, that they can rise up to, if there's a safe environment where teachers can have the authority they need to simply teach our kids, and where parents are significantly involved within the teaching community, all of a sudden our kids start to step up to the plate and they start hitting home runs. So I think it's time for an extreme city makeover. I think we need to have a sense of renovation, where these buildings that are run down and dilapidated, we get them renovated, and many of these vacant properties, let's get them renovated so that new schools can be birthed that are producing the results we're seeing in some of our schools. So we need to have a culture of excellence where when our kids walk into these schools, they're expecting not only to achieve, but to graduate and go to college.